Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Week 2 Challenger Cup coming at you. And for game 1 this week, we're going to be seeing EloFishers up against the Randos, or the Randoms as I should call it. They're both position 16 and 17 in the bracket. The winner of this will probably face off against Pantera or Pointless. So we're going to start the day off with this one, follow this team through, probably through some Pantera games, and we'll take a little look at the lower half as well at Aces Club as well as the day goes on. So, alongside me today is the glorious, the inglorious, whatever you want to call it. Zayden, how you doing, buddy?
Inglorious. Really? That's what you're going with? To start things off?
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know where to go. Maybe you don't want to be known as glorious. Do you want to be known as glorious?
Glorious is super nice. No, I don't know. I have that nice beard going on. Glorious beard. I don't know. Maybe not quite as good as like season 1 old school Hercules, but nevertheless, hoping for another great series of matches today. Yesterday was a good old time. Hoping for more of the same. And yeah, no, picks and bands starting to come out now. Randoms facing up against EloFishers. I'm personally hoping for a great game right out of the gates.
Well, we're going to see Circuit banned away straight away from EloFishers, and sorry, I've got this in the wrong way round quickly. Thor and Jablonke banned out by the Randoms, and in response, Circuit was banned away by EloFishers, and it's back to them now once again for their last ban. And suggestions of what you expect? Athena, maybe?
I was maybe Athena, maybe a Bastet, but it's going to be Poseidon removed from the table. I've noticed a lot doing a lot of EU tournaments. Poseidon's a fairly highly contested pick compared to a lot of other things. Kali, not so much. Even Bastet didn't really see the rise that she saw over in the North American scene quite so much. So Poseidon makes sense. Fairly potent, powerful mid laner. And, well, randoms don't want to deal with them.
Randoms do not want to deal with him. But talking about Bastet, she does get first picked in this situation. Athena was on the table as well, but Bastet, jungle priority is one of those things right now. Bastet being left available and has been locked in by the Randoms. And it's back over to EloFishers for the next 2 picks. They're going to look, by the looks of it, to go towards looking to lock in their duo lane.
Indeed, Artemis and Athena locked in, fairly potent these days. Athena, of course, with that Defender of Olympus, can provide a pretty decent global presence. Just someone needs help across the map, pop on over, join the party. Of course, there's always that pair of stilettos to the face of somebody, potentially a lot of extra damage as well. And of course, that taunt, you hit a bunch of people, can be oh so nasty. And of course, Artemis, one of the most powerful AD carries. Bit of a hyper carry as well, can be pretty powerful once the game starts getting into the later stages.
Back over to the Randoms, and they're currently hovering over Geb and Rama. Now, obviously, they're looking to pick up that duo lane very quickly. Geb, obviously, pretty good against Athena. These early games are very weak still, though, but at the same time, he still brings those shields and the Cataclysm to the table. Rama's matchup against an Artemis in lane is not the worst in the world. His wave clear is not too bad in the early stages, but he will struggle a little bit as time goes on. So we'll have to see how that one plays out. Rama, obviously, a hyper carry as well in himself, so they've both locked in duo lanes, and it's now back over to EloFishers.
And speaking of EloFishers, quick lock-in into Janus for those guys. That's going to be their mid laner more likely than not. And you don't see him too much over in the solo lane these days, but with that through space and time, providing those dropships, and not to mention that burst combo with the portal instead of vortex, he can be quite scary. He has pretty good wave clear as well early on, using both his portal and stable vortex. Reasonably safe in lane. And of course, if he gets in spot trouble, if he can get to a wall, he can always just pop himself through a portal and get out of there.
Well, it makes sense to pick up Janus when you pick away Poseidon as well, because Poseidon has a pretty good matchup, honestly, against the Janus, just because Cripple stops you going through portals, and then you can get hit by Krakens, and jolly not nice things going for you there. It looks like we're going to see Agni and Bakasura also banned off the tables as well. So Agni, another prime one for the mid lane. So the mid lane right now, what's really left up for the Randoms to really pick here? I mean, Cool Khan's available. Scylla's still on the table as well. Yeah. I'm just thinking what else down the pool they may go. I mean, we saw a lot of Jean Kui coming out from Eager yesterday on Lassus, but we've not really seen much of him.
I think it's more of a Lassus thing for the time being. Ra could be a pretty good one. He's always fairly safe. You know, he can heal himself up, provide healing for the team as well. I don't know what else really is there. Maybe some more words are hard. Unorthodox picks. Maybe an Isis. A lot of people like going for that. It's kind of a comfort pick. Although I don't know if that's really it would work too well with this team composition they're building up right now. I mean, it could work. They're looking at the Scylla now as the hovers finally start coming out. Looks like it's going to be Scylla, Hercules getting locked in right towards the end of that timer. It's going to be pretty powerful over there in the solo lane with Hercules as well as the mid lane Scylla. One of the bigger burst damage mid laners in the game.
And the last pick being looked at now for EloFishers and locked in is going to be New War, so their lineup's now complete. The lineups across the table, I mean, I'm looking towards early game and late game. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, because Scylla, Rama, Bastet, I like Random's composition just because it's for all stages of this competition. You're going to be able to see Bastet be very aggressive in the early game and be able to weather the storm that Scylla struggles with in the early stages. Rama again should be pretty safe in lane for the most part during the early stages, but that late game looks very, very strong overall. Obviously with Scylla and an unkillable Hercules being available. And then back across the way, EloFishers, they've got a nicely rounded comp on Batz ultimate available and useful at all stages of the game. Probably one of the best junglers ultimates available is the Fear No Evil. Just because it is irrelevant throughout the whole entirety of the game, always forcing beads and causing issues. Beads definitely going to be a priority coming out for the randoms in this one.
Indeed. So all that said and done, guys, we have a match ready, so we'll be in setup, ready to go in just a couple minutes. Stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back here in just a few. Alright guys, welcome back. We're into game number 1 of the EU Challenger Cup Week 2. Randoms facing off against EloFishers. I'm here with Hindu Man once again. Oh, still, not really again. It's first game of the day, not really again.
It's all good. We just still warming up from yesterday, so we're just continuing where we left off. Randoms versus EloFishers on your screen now. EloFishers didn't have a good first week. They got knocked out early against Ace's club. They're going to have to face off at some point against some big teams as well. One thing to note, though, they don't have their usual solo laner here today. So GetFisher, their jungler, is now going to be in the solo lane for this one. And we're going to see Big Man Ting step into the jungle for them. Let's see how this one works out as the Randoms group up early and put a nice early ward down.
Indeed, nothing too early. I love the early game invades, but these days everyone tends to go the more safe route. Just, group up, get your own buffs, look to fight in lane. They do have Hercules inside the randoms. EloFishers could very much look to shut down his early game by taking away his mana buff, but are they going to go for it? They don't have that double hand of the gods to really look for the steal with.
It's not going to be that easy for them to do, especially when they're against a double hog on the enemy team. Bastet and Hercules both have it. Plus, even if they did do that, it's not as easy to do against a Hercules anymore because of Bluestone Pendant. Bluestone Pendant sustains him enough that it's not going to be a big thing to steal. There's potential steal potential out of the randoms, though. Like, they could look to invade on that blue buff. It looks like they're going to play it safe and a normal start coming out from everyone. Watcher's Gift picked up on Athena, though, by Durgis, because he knows he's against a Geb in lane, so he's not worried about taking too much poke at the beginning of this one. He can go for the Watcher's Gift, which will give him more sustain, just a little less tankiness.
Indeed, it's a pretty good one. One of the big factors in that will be a little bit of extra gold coming to her as well. So it could be a little bit, not quite what it used to be. You're not getting full assist, full kill amount from the Watcher's Gift, but you're still getting that little bit of extra gold per minion kill, which can potentially add up to a couple free extra wards, maybe a couple extra potions later on down the road, so it doesn't hurt, to say the least.
Well, take into account that'll be probably the standard once the next patch hits, which will probably be Wednesday from what I'm hearing. So if the new patch does come out through it being on PTS, Watcher's Gift has been increased yet again, which means it'll be more useful thanks to that MP5 addition to it. So you'll probably see that be more prioritized a little bit more, and we'll start to see it once again constantly being picked up by supports at the start.
For sure. I think Mark of the Vanguard will still have its place against certain gods, especially against Ares. That 5 damage reduction per ticket damage can still be huge against certain gods. But like you said, against the Geb, he's really not doing a lot of constant overtime damage. Even like Athena, you really won't need Mark of the Vanguard against her so much. It'll come down to you want that extra sustain, you want that extra mana, and of course the extra gold from the passive on it will be very, very nice.
So junglers have finally rotated away from the solo lane, heading in. It looks like Batz is going to come soak experience in mid lane. Bastet's doing a back harpies right now and should be able to reach mid lane shortly to soak up some of that experience there. If there's any left, she's taking a little bit longer than she'd probably like on those back harpies, which means she misses a couple of creeps. And with that, the EloFishers abuse the situation and go and rotate, looking for these left-hand ones.
This has been a thing we've seen a lot of yesterday, and it looks like it's going to be happening again today. Looking for that steal in the enemy harpy camp takes away from them, but also puts you a little bit further up. And you can then look to rotate over to dual lane, help them out if they need it as well. And, well, these days there's no opportunity to steal that damage buff away, given the fact that, well, everyone starts with the buffs. And actually it looks like Excella, rather, a little bit out of position right here, about to get brought down. Darzer picks up first blood onto Scylla. Just got caught out in the jungle, used that sentinel early, and just got picked off.
He did the rotations early on, didn't work out for going back to the lane, and she got punished for it. Bastet's going to steal away back harpies, though, to catch up and experience a little bit, but the problem being is that Big Man Ting's there. He did manage to get some extra experience in mid lane. He'll be level 5 any second now, and he's just sting, and Bastet's still going to have to work a little bit harder. One more wave will be required, and she should find that in mid now. 3-minute harpies due up, though, in 30 seconds time. So keep an eye on those, because I'm pretty certain we're not going to see Scylla hit 5 either.
That's going to be pretty close. She's just about, what's that next minute? If she can get a couple quick minions as they arrive to the lane, she could hit level 5 off of those, but more likely that she's not going to have them. There's only going to be 1 or 2 online as well. Supports, of course, generally do not have unless they find an early kill or 2. And right now it's looking like it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade in these harpies, as both teams are kind of just splitting them up.
Yeah, it's pretty smart, honestly, coming out from the randoms to go for the right ones. They realised they were behind because of that first blood going down, and the fact that everybody on the team, if you actually could just composition as a standard, the level 5 fight, oh, the big rotation left-hand side coming out very, very quickly. Badly placed portal, though, coming out from Daz. He should have placed that further back behind Killer Lee. Is it Killer Lee? Yeah, Killer Lee. It's a shame they didn't place it behind it. He looked for the snipe, though. That's what he was looking to do, is the burst damage, but bit of a shame they didn't find the rotation there.
Also, they might potentially look to force a bit of a gold fury there. A little earlier, it's like, are they? No, they're just taking an odd path back to the mid lane. Things, as I said now, first blood was picked up by EloFishers just a moment ago. Some back harpy camps spawning, going to share some of that level with Geb. Still level 4, no ultimate online. Nuwa forced up into the fire shards in that right lane. Hercules and Nuwa have been kind of boxing back and forth all game long, and it looks like GetFisher going to be the first one back to base out of that lane.
It's going to be one of those lanes where there's not really kill potential for GetFisher on this new war. She's going to look to try to support her team with the ultimate, the fire shards, and just farm up safely. Then she's not going to be able to kill a Hercules 1v1. Hercules does have kill potential on her, though, if she does make a few mistakes and a couple of misplays. But it's going to require big man things on this Batz to do something. But Bastet on the left-hand side is looking for something at the same time here. Might have two fights at once.
Going in for this one. There's Cataclysm coming out from Geb, looking to fight. Darz does pick up the kill onto Hercules over on the right side of the jungle. Vashikal and Bastet both going at it. Pounds back over the wall, though. It's all down to Ram. Can he land these shots with the Astral Barrage? First will connect. It's going to be close on the damage. Second shot misses. That means the kill's not going to be happening. We missed the kill over on the right-hand side. Hercules trying to get his own jungle buffs. Didn't work out for him as they're now being stripped away from that right side of the jungle.
Yeah, Fear No Evil was used, and that's pretty much lights out for the Hercules to try and get away from that one. They're going to steal away both the speed and the blue buff, as you were saying, give that one over to GetFisher. So a nice bit of support coming out for that solo laner, especially because he's not his normal role A and B. Like we said, he's not going to get a kill on Hercules alone, so the support from his team paying off. Darz is doing very good rotation so far.
I don't know. With that said, Hercules isn't building any sort of magical protection right now, so I don't know. Nuwa's fairly
he's
bursty.
not worried just yet.
Oversends a little bit.
I guess, but I mean, he's not really too worried about the new ward damage that she can put out. He can dodge most of it, so he doesn't have to worry too much about investing into magic resistance just yet. Can just build general items for going forward, but then he will get some magic resistance. I expect a Stone of Gaia at some point to deal with Janus and New War later on in this game.
I wonder if we'll go the Heartwood Amulet route. Saw that a couple times yesterday off some of the soul lanes. You pick that up instead of the Stone of Gaia, you get that mana aura. So many of the warriors have issues with mana as well, and it benefits your team once you start grouping up later on. You get that magic protection for yourself, a little physical, and you get that physical protection aura to the rest of your team as well when you start grouping up for those fights. So I'm curious to see what route Hercules looks to go.
It depends on all about what the Gabs prioritise and what the team's got as a plan. Because generally, supports like the Heartwood Amulet as well, but if they're not going to go for it... Oh, talking about going for it, they're going for a very early Gold Fury here. There's no wall coverage. No one has vision of this yet. And the randoms seem to be a little bit late to realise this one's even being done. They don't even know it's being done. And the full burst came on. They even used through space and time there on Daza just to make sure they do it. And that's even before the Harpies come up there as well.
Yeah, pretty early, about 5 minutes, 50 seconds in for that one. Harpies, I wonder if we'll see the fight over this time. Still a fairly slow-paced game. We saw a couple team fights coming out, and both sides are jungle. It looks like this time randoms want this left side Harpy camp. Taunt coming in from Athena is good. Fear No Evil dropped as well. Ramsey in a spot of trouble. There, Cataclysm does get used in time. He's barely alive. Can he roll out and get away from this one right now? Darzer looking for the chase. Good Sikkim from Scylla, going to save his life. Darzer finds Exceller, though. He might not make it back out. He's got a long trip back to his own side of the map. Bastet looking to chase. She's low on mana. Third one out of range. Darzer still alive, looking to back, but the kitty cat is on the hunt. But she went the wrong way.
Meanwhile, though, Hercules did find that kill on to GetFisher in that right-hand lane as well. So a 3-for-2 trade. It wasn't, in terms of kills right now on the board, I mean, that wasn't the best thing for EloFishers. They did get the Gold Fury. They committed to that fight and just couldn't find the kill on the Geb to make that one an even one. They would have actually taken the lead then, but obviously Hercules beating New War 1v1 did not do them anything good there as well.
Definitely not. It's one of those things, fighting up against a Hercules as a mage. The lane can go pretty even. You have a lot of ranged wave clear, and you don't have to put yourself at risk. But if Hercules lands that Earthbreaker, more likely than not, you're about to be in for a world of hurt, and I imagine that's what ended up happening over there. It just takes one. And then, you know, Earthbreaker, Driving Strike, the big boulder comes out, and you're sad.
Some nice poking mid lane from Bastet combining with the Scylla there just to put the pressure onto big man things on that Hun Batz. They're going to rotate over. Now it's Hun Batz and Janus for the red buff. Red buff still down on the left-hand side of things right now as it's already been picked up a little bit earlier on. The delays in picking up the jungle is costing them a little bit here now. But the early game advantage is with EloFishers now just because of that Gold Fury more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, big part of that. Anytime you can sneak that in for free is just beautiful. The fact they got it so early gonna help out. Looking at the items, they're finishing up their second items on a couple guys right now. Shoes of Focus completed on Janus. Artemis will have a decent chunk of gold when she finally makes it back to base. She's sitting on right now about 1,600, so there's a lot of gold still to be spent. Those early Doom Orbs as well, the stacks are getting quite full. Even the Getfisher over in that soul lane, having still been killed once, sitting at 20 stacks on that right now. Those are going to be filling up quite quickly, and once it is, she's going to be doing a lot of extra damage just from those relatively easy stacks to build.
They will indeed. Are you actually going forward in the game still? Is your game still
currently in stasis mode.
Me too! What a surprise!
Stasis mode has this new thing. It doesn't like to actually say it's in stasis mode, so we're left wondering if it is in fact stasis mode, but it usually is.
We'll see. A bit of running on the spot. What we'll do, guys, we're going to cut to a quick break just while we wait for the stasis mode to kick out. It's just a buffer is the reason that this is happening. Hopefully we can bring you the rest of this game shortly, but we'll just let it run its course for a few seconds and catch up and get ourselves back to life. We'll be back in a moment. Apologies for the delay. Apologies. Back soon.
Alright guys, hello and welcome back. Sorry about that brief delay. We have sorted out all the issues. We, smacked the spectator server upside its head. It's now cooperating. For the moment, yes.
We hope.
That said, Randoms going up against EloFishers. About 8 minutes into this one, EloFishers have a 1-kill lead, as well as a decent little 2,500 or so gold lead on the back of a Gold Fury they managed to sneak in a little bit earlier in the match.
There's a lot of pressure on this left-hand side of the map now. Early sentry was being placed down by EloFishers around this Gold Fury area. They're looking for rotations and pick potential at the moment. See if they can get the pressure on. Looks like Bastet and Janus going to swing around the right again, looking for the speed buff in the blue. Get Fishers around as well. Maybe they're going to try and catch somebody out. It's going to be Hercules going to get caught, I think.
His driving strike onto Bastet. He's trying to find a fight, but the Fear No Evil drop down. He's forced back into the wall. Getfisher gets the kill to help with all those team members. Armor Monster coming out from Scylla. This might end up backfiring. They're looking for more kills right now. Geb does come around. Try the shockwave through space and time snipe onto Scylla though through the wall. Gets that kill. They found another one onto Geb. Right now this fight's not going the way the Randoms right now. They're looking for a portal plus a taunt. Durgis gets that one. Surrender Vote coming out on the back of that big pickup and big play by EloFishers. Yeah.
It can't be over that quick. Surely they're not going to surrender already. I mean, that was not a good engagement for them at all. No. Hercules got picked, so they came in one by one, the elephants, and one by one they went down in that engagement. Some nice plays coming out though. Darza, who knew he could play mid? That was a really good snipe coming out from him, and then Big Man Tings did a really good job throwing out that monkey and jumping to the creep to avoid the damage that was coming in on him as well. That was really nice stuff coming out from EloFishers. This was so 9.5 minutes in. They've got a good lead right now, but it's still not all doom and gloom. They're still not out of it, or the randoms just yet.
Ooh, Geb is quite far behind her. Only level 6, 3 levels behind anybody else in the game right now. Just Kit 7's only 2, but nevertheless, as a support these days, it is very, very important to be on top of those rotations as well as participating in these fights. Part of that early, that first initial mid-Harpy fight where they kind of just traded camps, Geb wasn't actually able to take part in that right side camp taking. Actually, speaking of stuff with camps, Hercules caught out on the right side by the mana buff camp in a spot of trouble. Looks like he's going to get brought down as well. He's caught out the body blocks by Getfisher. Hercules will fall. Big Man Team's going to find that one. And it looks like they were looking for steal on the left-hand side of the jungle, but they kind of backed off of that one.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive coming out from the Hercules there, played by Kendox. I mean, he was looking to try and go back and invade, but he's not going to be able to find that one. Goes down and pays the price. Meanwhile, the rest of his team are currently doing their own jungle, trying to make sure they bring down their own buffs to themselves. Right Harpies, though, do go in favour of EloFishers. Big Man Tins in position, and the purple buff going to be started by EloFishers on the left-hand side. We've got about 20 seconds until next Gold Fury responds to.
Indeed. Actually, Hercules did manage to steal away that mana buff. Just unfortunately, he wasn't able to defend his own mana buff. Getfisher also taking this opportunity to go ahead and push down that right tower. First tower of the game dropping. 500 gold more in the pockets of EloFishers. Now, I'm looking at the wards placed right now by EloFishers. You talked about the aggressive ward placement by them. They're looking to keep up this aggression as long as the game is running here. They want to find these picks, and they want to keep that little bit of a lead growing as much and as quickly as possible.
Well, the good news for the randoms is they've just seen the Gold Fury spawn as Rama did just clear the camp, so they know the Gold Fury's just come available. Already EloFishers have Sentry Wall control there as well. The red buff's due up soon, both back Harpies as well. Keep an eye on the EloFishers because you can already see Getfishers rotating straight down mid lane. It looks like they're going to go for a very fast Gold Fury fight once again.
And Geb caught out here. He's looking for fight. Reinforcements are here. It's going to be a full-on fight. Big Man takes like a lot of damage. Athena drop down the back, looking for kill onto Scylla. Once again, the through space and time snipe coming out of Darzer finds results in the back, though, through the wall, through the portal. Big Man tanks the overhand smash, gets that one away from Darzer. Fight's still a little bit scattered. Randoms need to start finding some of these kills before more and more get picked off. Bashful finds another. Darzer finds the delayed triple kill in this one. Up in the air, Killer Lee finds a kill finally, but as soon as he drops down, caught by an Artemis trap. And that will be the full-on deicide coming out in favor of EloFishers.
It's a little bit late on the rotations of the randoms to make sure that they get to these fights at the right time, getting picked just before the engagement starts. You can see those pings on the map that have been spammed there. I'm pretty sure that's the randoms saying, look, there's a ward, there was a sentry ward here, and they had full vision of us for the whole engagement. And that's what cost us really big, especially at this early stage. That's 2 Gold Furies down now. That's extending the gold lead to just under 8,000.
I do like the way they're building on the side of the randoms, though. They are going for that Heartward Amulet, it looks like, for the time being on Hercules. They really need those auras. These team fights they're reasonably close for the time being. If Hercules wants that Stone of Gaia, yeah, he would be able to sustain more against Nuwan lane, but she has that tower down already. She's no longer looking to actually stay in lane, so she's looking to rotate over as much as possible. So Hercules, going for that Heart Ward instead of the Stone of Gaia, will help out his team a lot, provide that aura effect, and with Geb going for sovereignty, their team fights here in the next couple minutes could be a decent bit stronger than they are right now.
Well, he's getting Geb through that early stage of the game. We all know it's about level 9 when Geb starts to get tanky enough and gets a couple of items to get himself warranted in these fights. He's done a good job, though, in the engagements. These cataclysms have been on point. It's just that he's been picked off straight afterwards. Yeah. His team haven't been able to follow up as well as they would have liked to.
And one of the trickiest things as Geb can, getting a well-positioned cataclysm without that blink early on. It's like, yeah, I have to stroll through, they're attacking me, got my cataclysm off, I did my job. Maybe I'll stone shield somebody, try and stay alive, but I got the big package, the big delivery of that cataclysm done and over with. I provided a little, auxiliary support after the fact.
Rotation left-hand side being looked at by Janus and Batz, looking to try and pick on this Rama. The one person that's not really been picked on too much in this game just yet, but he might start on our right-hand side though. Bit of aggression from Durgis, but here's the engagement on left.
Shram, that Astral Barrage will save his life for the time being, but 3 members waiting for him as soon as he falls down. There's the threshold. Trap, not players, the trap coming down. Big Man Tings picks that one up. It's one of those things. Ooh, actually, fight going on the right lane. Get Fisher finds the kill onto Hercules as well. He did have that Silver Talisman for a bit of protection, but it was not enough. And it looks like Surrender Vote will have come out. Random's going to throw in a towel. EloFisher is going to be moving on to the next round here in just a little bit.
Yeah, Randoms gave up too much too early there, I think, in the game. They got picked off into almost 2 DSIs completely in the Gold Furies. Yeah. Went both on the side of EloFishers. EloFishers not looking too bad with a substitute in for them for now. But that's the end of their game now. We'll be back with another one shortly, bringing you more action as soon as possible.